We are all.
I'm curious about something though. I know because Brandon and Mike, you didn't say yours yet. In terms of what series you thought was like the most enjoyable to watch in the second round, what were yours?
You want me to go?
Yeah, you can go first.
Yeah, whichever one. I don't care. Yeah.
So as a Nets fan, I didn't care, but I did not watch as much basketball this playoffs like in a while. I was watching more basketball than hockey this playoffs.
Well, that's because you bet in every single game,
and I haven't won in months. But besides that,
and what's that? And what's that telling you? That you suck at betting. All right, move on. Let's go.
Okay. Anyway, for me, it's been all the Knicks series. I just love watching them. I feel like Jackson, like, part of me feels like a New Yorker. I have to root for them, even though if the Nets were in that situation, New York would be against them. But for sure, Knicks, Pacers, so sad how that ended up. But yeah, Jalen Brunson's a fraud, though. I agree.
Bro, oh my god.
I would have to say this. Call me a hot. This is a hot take. Whatever you want to say. The Indiana Pacers are frauds at the end of the day. The first round, they go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis didn't play the whole entire series. Chris Middleton got hurt. Damian Lillard got hurt. They swept through that whole entire series. Second round, the Knicks, OG Anunoby got hurt. Julius Randle was out for the year. Mitchell Robinson was out for the year. Jalen Brunson wasn't healthy. Josh Hart wasn't healthy. They literally had
Bogdanovich was out too.
Yeah, that too. He was out too. So at the end of the day, the Pacers had a very easy win as well. I know it was pretty difficult because they go into a game 7, obviously, but in those first 2 games, OJ was playing. And in game 5, they needed to win that game because it was in the Garden, but they didn't win game 7. But whatever.
They didn't win game, but
at the end of the day, this Pacers team, they had a very easy playoffs. So they're going to get freaking no mercy ruled against the Celtics.
Nick, you know who else are frauds?
Who?
The Boston Celtics. They played the first round.
Yep, I 100% agree with this. Nope, I agree with this.
That's a crazy take.
That's not a crazy take.
Donovan Mitchell for half the series. So I'm sorry. Boston are frauds and Indiana are frauds. The winner of this year is coming out of the West. The Eastern Conference is BS. Boston's a joke. Boston is a flat-out joke.
Everyone is
focusing
on the Western Conference Finals, and they're saying like this is going to be crazy. They're going to be watching
because that's who's going to win.
But then you're seeing the Celtics and the Pacers. No one gives a shit about that because they were clean through with those series.
Dude,
because
Go on. No. Go on. Let
it. We'll say this. Give the Pacers credit for Game 7. They were the first team in history to shoot over 65%. I get that. That was just one game.
Yeah,
but it doesn't help with the fact that every single player was injured. OG Anunoby played less than 5 minutes that game, and Jalen Brunson was out with a fractured hand. So
I have a question for Brandon though. Can you tell me what Boston has proven at all in this postseason? Because it's been nothing. They've proven not a single shred of anything in this playoff so far. So tell me what they've proven.
I got you.
They're the best team in the league.
I want to hear what Brandon's about to say.
The difference between what the Pacers and Celtics are doing right now, they both went against 2 injury-riddled teams. The Pacers took 6 games to beat the Bucks, 7 to beat the Knicks. The Celtics steamrolled the Heat. Sorry, Jackson. And then the Cavaliers. Like they did what they were supposed to do. They absolutely destroyed them. And why is everyone talking about everyone else's injuries? We haven't had Kristaps since Game 5 or since Game 4.
Oh no, you didn't have Kristaps.
You have Tatum.
You're Big 5. You're Big 5. Oh, I don't have Tingus Pingus on my team. What would I do?
You have 5 players, bro. What do you like? You prove that you have the most stacked roster in basketball.
But it's okay. Go on. But go on.
Al Horford is 100 years old. He cannot be playing the minutes that he is.
Did you see what he was doing?
Game 5, the last game. The last game was only game he showed up in.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying. It was you guys have Al Horford. You guys could have traded Al Horford's old ass and kept DeMarcus. Well, wait. No. Yeah, Smart. You could have had him, but you had his old ass. That's your fault. All right.
They needed to trade Smart to get Porzingis, though.
We got Porzingis and 2 first-round picks for Smart. That's a win.
True. That's true. That's still a win, but I mean, you did him dirty.
A little bit.
How are the Celtics frauds? Because they don't get injuries?
Gave him 2 freaking the Grizzlies.
They're just deep.
It was like yeah. Wait, no. Main man, Grizzlies.
Mike. All right, so Mike, you're asking me this question, right?
How are they frauds? Because
they're frauds because all right. So no, because Nick said that the Pacers are frauds, which I agree with to a certain extent because they played a Bucks team with no Giannis. Lillard was out for part of it, and so was Middleton. Then they played the Knicks, and Anunoby was out for half the series. Hart was injured. Brunson was injured. Robinson was out. All that stuff. The Boston Celtics play Miami in the first round, who, mind you, would have gone to at least 6 games if Butler was playing. No Jimmy Butler, that's a fraud win. You go play against Cleveland, no Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell's gone for half the series. What have they proven? They can beat teams without their star players? Oh, congratulations.
They're steamrolling teams. The Pacers
that's how you
are
roll the
struggling.
dice.
They're steamrolling teams without their star players.
Pacers aren't. They're barely getting through.
But that's it, Mike. You can roll the dice like that, but it doesn't change the facts that Boston right now has proven jack diddly squat because they're a team that everyone's like, oh, they're supposed to go to the finals. Tatum, MVP. Ugh. Well, they haven't proven anything. Beat a team that, listen, if they can beat Indiana in 5, which they're not going to do, it's going to take 6 games. But if they can beat Indiana in 5, then I'll be slightly impressed. But Indiana will win one of the first 2 in Boston because they're terrible at home in the playoffs. They'll win 1 at home. They'll go back to Boston in game 5, tied 2-2, and they'll get to at least game 6. Honestly, I'll throw out a hot take. Boston will win in 7. I think Indiana can get 3 on them. That's how I don't think Boston is legit like that. I don't think Boston's like that. Genuinely.
Look, if the offense is clicking for the Pacers, which they have been in the second round, then it's going to happen. What are you going to say, Jackson?
Oh, my God.
I'm saying, dude.
That would be insane. That would be insane because 2 fraud teams going at each other, and then one of them have to go to a finals. I'm not calling them frauds. Let's just put that in quotes. I'm not calling them Boston Celtics frauds. Maybe the Pacers. I'm not calling Boston Celtics frauds. Give what credit's due. Whatever. Anyway, if the Pacers come out hot, like straight out from the kettle, like they have been doing for the last couple of games between the Knicks, I really feel like the Boston Celtics are going to be like, what the fuck? It's like they're fast as fuck. They're on speed. Their offense is like the minute a turnover. That's the one thing I like about the Pacers. And they're key to their defense to turn into offense. The minute you turn over that ball, it's like you make one mistake out of another. And they just go on these runs. And then it's to Boston when they go on a run. It's like, all right, let's call timeout. Let's try to do something. And if that doesn't work out, and you guys are not even like past halftime, I feel like it's over. So maybe I feel like it's going to go to a game 7. Maybe I'm feeling Boston has it in the bag. Game 4, game 5. You know, like I said, they always have a hiccup. They always have some type of hiccup. Anything.
Nah, y'all
like Tatum can go for
Boston
1. Can go 1.
The best team in the world.
I'm not.
Overrating Boston so badly.
They're the best team in the world.
Bro, if Boston loses, right? All I gotta say is if Boston loses to either the Pacers or in the finals, this is the worst. This is just the worst for Boston because they have the easiest lane. And then they come to the platform. You don't have no Warriors. You have nobody. You have these young cats, maybe 2 veterans. That's pretty much it. Showtime right now. I mean, you're not the Lakers, but it's showtime. Show what it's supposed to be like. Now, if you guys do a little, I don't want to hear it for the next couple of years that Jason Tatum is the best. He's going to be the best player. He's going to be MVP. Stop.
Yeah, we've been saying gonna be.
Stop.
He's 7 years into his career. Like, when is this gonna be?
When is that gonna? Yeah, exactly. When is that going to happen? Now, I'm not gonna say that they're frauds, but there's something down the line with the Boston Celtics that makes me go, if they win this chip, like, congratulations, Boston. I'm not gonna be petty. Congratulations. You know, it's gonna take a tough time, but it doesn't feel right. Like if Boston went through Miami Heat, and I'm talking Miami Heat, like maybe Jimmy is healthy.
The Miami Heat. Yeah, the Miami Heat.
I'm talking about going to a game 6, game 7. We already know. We're already booking a game 6, game 7 for Miami.
Oh, come on, bro.
If they're going that way, then yes, I would have been fine. If they went to the next team, if Boston went to the next team, they were frauds. Fine. They were injured. They went to Miami. They did their spot. They showed the world, hey, we mean business. Miami, you had our ass last year. This is not the year. We're whooping y'all. They did that. They moved on. Now, if they had this, the same bracket, no, it didn't go that way. So in my mind, yes, you have the chip. Yes, Jason Tatum gonna win MVP whatever. You guys win. You guys, I'll hand it to you. But would it feel right? That's the thing. Would it
you can
feel
okay,
right?
okay. You can make the
great.
same argument about the Denver Nuggets last year because the Denver Nuggets against every single seed they were against in the playoffs was lower than 5, which is a pretty interesting stat. I just saw that last year. I mean, they were against the Lakers, they were number 7, number 8
7.
seed.
But the Lakers. It's Bron. Like you can't go based off the seed. It's
Thank
okay,
you.
that makes sense.
Bron.
I mean, he beat a Grizzlies team that was fully stacked. He beat a Warriors team that they were just coming out of a NBA Finals run, and they were coming out of a Miami Heat team that just shocked everyone. I understand. I mean,
That's why I don't feel like
it's not
it's not like this is like a good like finals. If Boston wins this, I'll give it to them. But let's move on. Next topic. I'm not gonna
wait. Real quick. The other thing, I'll let Nick go in a second. Boston, 6 out of the last 8 years, Eastern Conference Finals. How many finals appearances? 1. And how many finals? 0. You've been in it 6 of the last 8.
And in that NBA Finals, Jason Tatum's the lights were too bright for him. He was the first player in history to get 100 turnovers.
Bro, Jaylen Brown was your best player. So, like, Nick, go ahead. I can't even look at Murdoch right now because his face just says it all.